This will be the base of mine. You don't need to use an orange base plate, but I would highly prefer to match the fire and lava. Then you'll need a 4x4 dark gray plate in order to make the bottomless or it seems pit. For the walls, we're going to need a couple bricks. A bit more. More. That's good. To start with the front walls, we'll need these two 2x2s. Then it's simple from there. Just stack this 2x4 on there, and then stack this other 2x4 on there. Then you should have a wall. If you don't have a wall, what the heck did you do? Then we'll take these 2x2 plates this time and put them there and there. Make sure that they hang out a little bit. And then, with these sloped pieces, we need the big one on the far edge. We'll need the big one on the far edge. And then slowly make them get smaller and then smaller. But these won't connect, will they? So, in order to fix that, place the inverted version of this brick on there just like that. And then to attach these together, we'll take a 1x3 light gray brick and attach them just like so, making sure to keep the pattern, the order they were in before. Attach it straight to the bottom like that, and there you have a stony surface. Then we'll need this unique brick. It doesn't need to be this one, but best result for this one. Place it right there in the open one so it lines up perfectly with this. And then take the remaining two bricks and place them on there and there. And that is the first wall. Now let's get a mirror image. Great. Now with that done, we can bring in our base plate and attach them right there and right there, making sure that they're lined up with the plate. For a little bit more texture, let's add some fire right there, and also another flame right there. Now that we have those flames, we can move on to the backdrop. Honestly, we can't. Right now, this just looks like Fire Castle Valley place. I don't know what it is. So for this, we need to start with a 1x6 brick, and then put another 1x6 brick on top. Then centered on top of those, two 1x2 bricks. Then right on the edges, two inverted 1x2 sloped bricks. Now that we have that done, we have this brick to attach. Well, it's more like a plate. We have this plate to attach. So we attach it right there with another plate, and right there with once again another plate. Then we're going to use this jumper plate, you'll see why in a little bit, to attach it right there. Okay, so this right here is going to be the arch where like Belrog walks through, well, jogs through when not everyone else is running. You really think you'd be faster. Okay, anyways, on this, we'll need this side's first half of the arch. To build that, we'll need this brick. Then a snot brick on the facing the left side, and then in facing the opposite way of the studs, a brick. I don't know what it's called, the brick. I'm gonna call it that. Then on the snot brick, you'll need to place a 2x2 tile, and then that, and then that. And then, on top of this inverted slope, we'll need another one, but this time 3 studs long. Okay, now we can place that right there, and then we need a mirror image. Just like that, we have our archway. Now let's add it to the mines. right here on this last row of studs is where we'll want to put it. But make sure that it's centered, otherwise you won't get good results. If we turn it around, right here, these bricks and the slotted bricks were used so that we can make like another tunnel going off in the distance.
Let's start with Gandalf.
Perfect.
Next up is Balrog.
To start building him, we're going to take this plate and this double-sided snot brick and put it on so that the bars / grips are facing downward. Okay, then we're going to take this Then we're going to take this plate to work as his wings right on the other side. We're going to need a jumper plate to attach his head. And now let's move on to his legs. For his legs, we'll want to take this plate and this plate. Stack them like that, and then we'll take this, put it right there, take that, put it right there. That will work as his tail. Then take 2 studs, put them right there, and then put the body right back on top. And there is Balrog, decapitated. For the first part of his head, it is very simple. We just want a snot brick, preferably not white, and a transparent red stud on top. For the next part of his head, you want an indented snot brick with a red transparent stud on the back. But this won't be the back, this will be the bottom. And then you'll take this claw plate and use it for his horns. And then this normal black plate and use it for the rest of his face. And then we can attach that to our mini Balrog, which I think, comparing it to a nano figure, is actually pretty accurate size. So there you go. Okay, so we can't really have the bridge without it going anywhere. So we need to build where it will go. Start off with the 2x6 plate. Then we'll take our little friends from earlier and place them right there, leaving a 1 stud gap on each side. The next thing you will want to do is take a 2x2 plate and then take a 1x2 jumper plate and put it right there. Then we'll just build these walls with the brick patterns facing outward and 2 gold studs on each side. They don't need to be gold, but I just used gold to represent yeah, that in the mines, because what else would they be mining for? Okay, then we'll take an inverted 1x2 and place it right there. This won't sit there. Instead, that will sit about there. To attach this area, we'll make these walls. This is not 1 brick, although it is near seamless. What it actually is these 2 bricks. They're double-sided. These sides don't really matter, but I prefer to do the vertical sides right there, and then once again the vertical side facing in right there. Then we'll attach it right there. It might be a little flimsy, but it's okay. It allows you to take it off easily if you want better display. It should be both sides lined up with the flame holders. So let's move on to the bridge itself. We'll be using a 1x6 plate for the bridge itself. Attach it right there like that on the jumper plate, and then take a 1x2 plate to get like the little bubble up and the more secure bridge, but it's also not too secure so that Balrog can't just pass, because what is the famous line from the scene? so he can't pass. Okay, so now that the bridge itself is done, where we want to place Gandalf is right there. Right there, right after the plate. You need to take these pillars off and balance him right there. You don't need to balance him because we use studs for his feet. He can actually get wedged in between there. Since we had to take the arches off to put him on, now we need to put them back on. And now that the arches are back on, we can put this brick on to secure it. And just like that, you have your Nano Mines of Moriah Lego build. Tell me if I should submit this to LEGO Ideas after improving some flaws like Balrog's coloring and overall design, or if I just simply leave this a model unique to me.